Hi everyone, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me on my first exclusive for the month of March. And this month I am going to be showing you how I make shaker pockets with bits and bobs that I've got at home. So I took 2 of those super gorgeous Amy Tan frames, and I'm just running some really skinny double-sided tape all the way around the frame. Doesn't matter too much if there's some gaps in this layer of the frame of the sticky taping work, but just as a general rule of thumb, when you're making shaker pockets, make sure your adhesive touches the whole way around. Don't leave any gaps, just to be on the safe side, so that anything that is inside your shaker pocket can't shake out. There's nothing worse than having all of your beauties sitting in the bottom of your big 12 by 12 pocket page protector because the glue hadn't adhered properly. So that was the packaging that my piece of foam tape came in. It is just a Kaiser Craft brand packaging thing. Acetate works really well, but I choose not to buy when I'm making things like this. I choose to use the bits and pieces I have at hand. So I'm just going to stick the back of that frame onto some clear plastic packaging. If you have sort of, slightly stronger packaging that works really well, I have used like that really hard plastic. I've used that before. That works really nicely. Anything that is not going to tear, you're going to be fine with, I say. So just as I said, sticking that on and then trimming that down so it's not hanging out the sides anymore. Sorry, this process does take a tiny bit longer because I am making 2. I do show you one thing that is not like, there are 2 ways you could choose to do it. So I do show you one thing like that, but otherwise I'm doing them the same way. But hopefully you can see well by seeing it twice. So as I said, I'm just cutting around the acetate here. And then what you need to do next, this is the part that I find the most time consuming. You could definitely get your double-sided tape and cut that into strips and put that all the way around the edge of your shaker pocket. I personally would rather use my own supplies. So I get my thick foam and I double-sided tape that down. I'm showing you there that you could choose to use double-sided tape or you could choose to use glue. I use double-sided tape because it's faster. I have no problem with mine staying, but I have to scratch the glitter off. If I don't scratch the glitter off, it just doesn't adhere well. Maybe with Scotch Tacky it might, but I just find I can end up with the glue not staying put or the tape not staying put if I don't scratch off the glitter. So I do get busy scratching the glitter off each little strip and then sticking that down. So it's cardboard frame, piece of plastic, and now it is going to be a piece of foam all the way around your frame. So I'll show you this one, but I won't actually show you how I do that on the second one, so I hope that's okay. What you can't see me doing off screen at the moment is where I'm scratching the glitter off my foam. So this foam I buy just from a local shop in Melbourne. It's just like a $2 type shop, like a homewaresy type thing. It's about $2.50 a sheet and comes in a 3 size. And I've got it in a lot of colours: white, navy, light blue, red, black, gold, rose gold, or copper. And I use it for things like this, but I also run it through my die cutting machine as well and make my own thickers with it. So yeah, I love it. Now I do wanted to show you just then that it's okay if your foam doesn't fit all in one row. You can definitely use little bits just as long as they're all touching. You just don't want any gaps in that layer of foam because your sequins or your glitter or whatever you choose to fill, your fussy cut little things, your wood veneer things, whatever you choose to fill your shaker pockets with will fall out if there are gaps. So don't leave any gaps in your foam, but definitely use pieces, that's fine. I found when I opened these sequins that there was a couple of like massive stacks that were all still stuck together, and I couldn't be bothered pulling them apart. So I actually just put those aside to use for later. So now what I suggest you do is, once you've worked out the amount of sequins you want in your shaker pocket, take those sequins out, put other, not like I have done, because then they start flicking everywhere, and then put your double-sided tape on. So there are two ways you can adhere the back. Your coloured or your plain piece of patterned paper is what you're going to need next. There's two ways you can adhere that to your entire shaker pocket. So this is way number one. So once you've got your double-sided tape all the way around your shaker pocket, you can pour in your sequins like I have done, because they're sitting in the shaker pocket and they're ready to go. Then you can get your piece of patterned paper and just place it on top. So I'm about to show you that. Just got all of my sequins in the middle there. This is all sticky because the double-sided tape has been pulled off. Then I'm putting it down on the table and I'm popping my piece of patterned paper straight down on top. I'm just pushing that tight to make sure it's all sealed in, and now just cutting around the edge. And there you go, there's a shaker pocket. Your other option, depending on how you like to do it, is to pour, I was just checking that was going to fit, by the way, and it is to pour all of your sequins onto the middle part of your page, and put them into a little pile that you know is smaller than your shaker pocket. Then put your double-sided tape on, so no double-sided tape is flicking anywhere or catching hold of the sequins because it's, sticky. Or when you're pulling off trying to cut it or pulling off the tops or whatever, they don't flick anywhere. That's why I'd suggest either way, take your sequins away while you're trying to do this double-sided tape part. Then once you've got your double-sided tape all the way around on this one, and again, you do want this completely sealed. Make sure your double-sided tape is overlapping so that none of your little sequins or glitter or whatever can sneak out. And then place your frame carefully on top of the whole lot. Don't make your pile too huge in the middle because you'll end up with a bulge in your shaker pocket, but you should be fine, honestly, unless you're like, if you didn't do the check at the start like I did to see how many sequins should go into your shaker pocket, and you just free guess it by making a pile, you might end up with too many, but in general you should be fine. So here are my two little shaker pockets. You will see those featured in a layout coming up very soon. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope it helped you out. Here is just one close-up photo of them, and I hope you like it. So thanks everyone, and I'll catch you next time.